Hey guys, what's up? Eric here, and today I'm going to show you how to design and draw your own retro-style robot. And just remember, all you need to get started is a piece of paper and something to draw with. I'm going to first start with the robot's body, so I'm making two parallel lines. And then we'll connect to make not quite a square, but a little bit of a rectangle. Just do your best to keep your lines as straight as you can and everything lined up. And now let's give our robot his head. We'll just use the same steps from before, but this time I'm going to make the head a little bit more of a rectangle. Now let's just give our little guy a neck by adding two lines. Our legs are going to be made up of a few different shapes, so just follow my lines as best you can. 4 lines here for the top of the leg. Notice how they're separated. Then we're going to add our knees. Our knees are just going to be skinny rectangles. And now it's time for the bottom of the leg. Just notice here how I'm not closing off the shape on the bottom. That's where we're going to put our feet. We'll basically make the top of the foot with a rainbow arch. And now add these lines going across, but notice how I left a little bit of the arch sticking out? My hand's blocking it, but you'll see in a second. This is where I'm adding the tread on the bottom of the foot. Just try to follow that shape as best you can. And now I'm going to give him some clamp hands. Notice how it's just a rainbow shape again? Then I'll repeat it and close off the ends. And now it's time to give him some arms and connect to the body. Just notice where I stop and start my curving lines. Try to keep both sides matched up as best you can. So now we have our basic robot body, but let's start to add some of the details that are going to give him personality. Here I'm just stacking some rectangle shapes to give him ears, I guess? And if we had a dome on top of his head, it could be his robot brain. Now how about some antennas? Now I think we'll start to add some details to the face. This is where you can really give your robot some personality. Will he have triangle eyes, circle eyes, rectangles? Will he have angry robot eyebrows? Looks like I'm just going for the classic circle eyes. And here you could experiment with all different shapes for a nose. It looks like I'm just gonna go for a classic rectangle for the mouth, but you could make your guy smiling. Now this next step I really enjoy. We're going to get to add all different instruments, gauges, styles, controls, lights, all sorts of interesting little details. But we're first going to start by filling up the front of our robot with all different sizes of squares and rectangles. And remember, you don't have to follow my shapes exactly. Experiment. And once you have this section all filled in with your different shapes, I'm going to show you how to add little details. Looking good. As I'm sure you'll notice here, I've sped up our video a little bit. I'm also using a skinnier marker. You could always use a ballpoint pen. That's always one of my favorite tools. And throughout this next section, I would definitely recommend that you just pause the video if it's moving too fast for you. And I just want to call attention to one detail I like to add everywhere. I add 4 screws to the corner of each rectangle or square shape. I think it just helps our robot look a little bit more mechanical. Now this step is your chance to shine and be really creative. But if you're looking for inspiration, I would recommend searching for old airplane cockpits. They have just so many interesting details and cool gauges and switches. And a lot of times these vintage robot toys have a clear window where you could see gears. I think it's a pretty cool detail if you wanted to add that. Now I'm just going to wrap up by adding a few more small details, like lines on the arm and the neck, and maybe some different panels on the legs. And stick around to the very end so you can see an example of a robot colored in. And also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. And remember guys, we would love to see pictures of your completed artwork. I'm especially interested to see what you guys came up with for this. And there you have it guys, your very own retro tin robot toy. I hope you had fun drawing today. Until next time, beep boop, peace!